New Year's Eve and destruction.
Hey, shalom, shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. We're going to start off this lesson by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, and double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and have taught us this word in truth and sincerity. Peace and mercy to the hopeful elect that's also pushing this word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. As well, starting with the 144,000, of course, and as well as you, the rest of the hopeful elect that sincerely believe. So today's class is going to be a lesson, a New Year's. The title is New Year's Eve Destruction, and basically, I want to start off with going into New Year's. I think it's on this here. They have Christmas. Yeah. Oh no, they don't even have New Year's on here. But when you go into New Year's, you can always trace New Year's
destruction.
Okay. I just want to bring a little bit of information out here. You see, it says here, I typed up New Year's and Janus. Why does New Year's begin on January the 1st? So, because, of course, you can tie all these holidays, which are pagan holidays, you can tie them to gods, pagan gods. That were set up in the ancient world, and ultimately all these pagan gods go back to the gods of Samaria over there in Mesopotamia. Hence why the Lord,
ancient Babylonians,
Yahweh, he consecrated Abraham, right? Pulled Abraham out of that, which in turn he was sanctifying Abraham, making him holy, setting him apart from the people in that land that were worshiping other gods. So this is from simpletoremember.com, and it says a history of New Year's. Okay, so it says in 46 BCE, the Roman Emperor Julius Caesar first established January 1st as a New Year's Day, Janus. Right, and when you click on Janus, let's see what it gives us here.
I have an article on it too, just in case you don't get what you want.
Okay, Khan.
On New Year's.
Khan. So going back, we didn't really bring anything up on Janus, but going back, it says Janus was the Roman god of doors and gates, and had two faces, one looking forward and one back.
Yes, come.
And a lot of the times when you talk to people about New Year's, they like today. I was talking to some member at the gym, and he was saying, "Yeah, what I'm, I was just shooting the shit with him. He's talking about what he's going to get into this tonight, and he was like, well, tonight I'm just going to do a lot of reflecting, right? Moving forward." So,
wow, Salakia. I didn't mean to laugh like that.
No, it's all good.
But that's the meaning of New Year's. Read, beautiful brother. That's go ahead. That's the spirit. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said he's going to do a lot of reflecting. So you have to understand when it comes with these holidays or these pagan holidays, there's a vibration to everything. Okay, there's a vibration to everything, and there's a righteous vibration and there's a wicked vibration.
That's right.
It's like there's a left-hand side and there's a right-hand side, right? And so basically he had the complete spirit of Janus on him, right? Because what is Janus? It's a pagan god, right? The god of doors and gates, and had two faces, one looking forward and one looking back. Caesar felt that the month named after this god, January, would be the appropriate door to the year. Celebrated the first January 1st New Year by ordering the violent routing of revolutionary Jewish forces in Galilee. Eyewitnesses say blood flowed in the streets in latter years. Roman pagans observed the New Year engaging in drunken orgies. A ritual they believe constituted a personal reenacting of chaotic world that exists before the cosmos was ordered by the gods. So, and what is everybody doing tonight? They're getting into revelry, right? Mirth, chaoticness, right?
Beautiful. The first statement that came out of your mouth in regards to the article, Salakia, brother, is exactly what they're going to do. The two-faced thing, looking backward, and looking forward. Salakia, man, I had to say it. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah.
I'll praise you.
Let me see if there's any more in here.
Wow.
Matt, you said God of reflection and God of the new beginning?
Yeah, basically.
Yes.
In other words, yeah.
Yep. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's basically it on that. It goes into a lot of other more detail. Okay, let me just read this. It says, throughout the medieval and post-medieval period, January 1st, supposedly the day on which Yahushua, it says Jesus, circumcision, initiated the reign of Christianity and death of Judaism, was reserved for JEWISH activities, synagogue, and both burning, public tortures, and simple murder. So basically, this day is based upon debauchery, wickedness, and murder, chaoticness. And it looks like, based upon this article, it goes back to the celebration of the murdering of followers of Yahushua, believers. Okay? Because when you go back into history, the believers, the followers of Yahushua, they were causing havoc in Rome. All right? With the doctrine of Yahushua. Just like today, we're causing havoc, and we're a nuisance to these top wicked elites with the truth, with the doctrine of Yahushua. Because it condemns them.
Got a quick reset once we're done, but Bakusha.
All right. Let me see if there's any more on here. I'll just read this last paragraph, see if there's anything. No, that's it on that. I really just want to get the main point, which is what this day goes back to. If you want, for those of you at home or that come across this video, if you want to do more research on it, just type in Janus, the Roman god, and January, and you can type it in for yourself. But go ahead, Ak.
Yeah, because we're going into Easter's New Year's, and we know everything that you just said right now is against the laws, against the Heavenly Father, and all what it does is create confusion in this place. And this is a place of confusion, because to Easter midnight is the new night, it's the new day, pretty much. But according to the Bible, he's going off. This is Genesis 1:5, and it read, and Yahweh called the light day, and the darkness he called it night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. So one is a sundown, so it's a new date. Isa over here changes the laws and times. The midnight is a new day.
Yeah. Exactly. You're right.
Right?
And that's why this is a backwards kingdom, because they're celebrating 12 a.m. as the beginning of the day. When you also I remember something that I was researching a couple of days ago on January, and January New Year's and Christmas, you know, a lot of the main reason why they set that up to be around the winter solstice is because the days are shorter and the nights are longer, right? So the nights being longer allow them to basically partake in witchcraft and sorceries at night.
That's right.
You know, because the nights are longer. So that's all people are doing on this day, you know, when it comes to New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, is you're getting into revelry, witchcraft, sorcery. Because what are you listening to? A majority of you are listening to a bunch of hip hop, trap music, trap. You know, your majority of you are doing drugs on this night, a bunch of drugs, and you're in all kinds of different states. You're basically your spirit. You're basically opening up portals for all kinds manner of demons to enter into you and do all kinds of different things, man.
Right, and with that trap music, you know, the drums.
Yeah.
The drums pushes frequencies, man.
Yeah, yeah,
right. And Jake loves drums.
It's true. That's true.
That's right. different levels of frequency, aka also known as syncopation, right? But on the left side, there's nothing fruitful about it. Real quick precept, and then I have something that I wanted to read. You basically covered it in essence, my brother, when you brought it out. But I'm going to go to the modern origins of it. All right, but go to, if you could just read Jeremiah 10:3, because that holiday is diligently linked with New Year's, right? And Jeremiah 10:3 is actually saying exactly that in regard to the customs, all their customs, and the specific one, and also what we're discussing right now, which is New Year's.
God, yeah, they're all linked together. Yep. So Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 3, it reads, "For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe."
Beautiful. Simply put, right, the customs of the people, right, and we know it. The Lord specifically through His prophet made it plain in regards to this. Okay, the Christmas holiday. But the reason why I brought that out is because of the first part, of the customs, right, and this is clearly linked with that. So it says here, right, I have this quick little link here just to show you those at home. I typed in New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, the origin of it, without going into too much detail. But I got this quick article here, if I may read it. And the song, there's a song that they sing, and it goes back to Scottish. It goes back to Scottish origin, because it's the song is put out in Scottish, which is AULDLANG, 3 words, SYNE, mean, why do we sing this song at midnight, right, on New Year's Eve? And real quick, so it's just 2 little paragraphs here. This is good. This is going to give us a couple of things, right, without going into too much detail. As you said earlier, they can research this. All right, so it says here, Auld Lang Syne, a title of a Scottish folk song. Now, I didn't go into that, right, who was the one that come up with it, because it's hard to find. And it says that many English speakers sing at the stroke of midnight. That's a clue right there. Within, if there are dead people out there. Anyway, at midnight on New Year's Eve, roughly translate to days gone by, right? So New Year's days gone by. The poet Robert Burns is credited with transcribing and adapting, partially rewriting it in the late 18th century. Okay, its lyrics, which rhetorically ask whether all AULD acquaintances should be forgot, have been interpreted as a call to remember friends and experiences from the past. So this has nothing to do with the Most High, as you know. So it's going to explain itself. That's what this is all about. It's a carnal, vain thing. Then it says here, real quick, it says, though sung on New Year's Eve, the term Auld Lang Syne, ever since the mid-19th century, it became firmly cemented as a holiday standard. And check this out. When Guy Lombardo,
Mhm.
Guy Lombardo, yeah. The Royal Canadians played it during the radio broadcast from New York's Roosevelt Hotel at midnight on December 31st, 1929. So, in other words, on this side of the world, they baptized this pagan custom, this heathenistic custom that the brother read earlier on. Okay, and it says the band went on to perform the hit every year until 1976, and loudspeakers continued to blast their rendition after the annual ball drop in Times Square, right? So everybody's in a stroke, dead stroke. Now, real quick, one more paragraph, brother. It says, who are the first to make the resolutions for the new year? And it says, people have been pledging to charge their ways in the new year, whether by getting in shape, quitting a bad habit, right? Or learning a skill.
And you know what's funny, Salaka?
Go ahead.
You know what's funny about that? Because we read Jeremiah 10:3 and how the custom all vain. Because concerning, all the goals and the new so-called New Year's resolutions that people make, not damn near 99.9% of them don't stick to it, showing you that the customs of the people are vain. The customs of the heathens are vain. How many people set a goal to lose weight and get into better shape, go into the gym for the first 4 weeks, and then you don't see them for the rest of the year?
Yeah, that statement you made at the beginning of your speak is powerful in regards to what you read. And it says here, roughly translate, in other words, that dead song that they're singing, it roughly translates to days gone by. So all their wickedness that they did, and they want to change it, but they're not going to go to the Lord to change it. And right? Because they're set up to be a bunch of dead people to do that. It's a vain repetition. So it says here, in the middle of the paragraph, it says, let me go back to read that again. It says, people have been pledging to change their ways in the new year, whether by getting in shape, quitting a bad habit, or learning a skill, for an estimated 4,000 years. We know it's even beyond that, but right? It says 4,000 years. The tradition is thought to have first caught on, in other words, baptized again, among the ancient Babylonians. Didn't you say it, brother, at the beginning of the reading?
Right.
All right, real quick. Yeah, so that's who promises in order to earn favor of the gods and start the year off on the right foot. They would reportedly vow to pay off debts and return borrowed farm equipment. That's all I'm going to read about it. Because, like I said, you covered it in essence. So that's it, brother.
I have the etymology for the word resolution.
Gone.
It's a mid-15th century word, resolution. It has multiple meanings, but the meaning that we're focused on here is it also meant frame of mind, often implying a pious or moral determination. And we know this word pious goes into a religious observation.
That's right.
By the 1580s, as a statement upon some matter, hence formal decision or expression of a meeting or assembly, New Year's resolution in reference to a specific intention to better oneself is from at least the 1780s and through the 19th century. They generally were of a pious nature, right? Like what the elder was saying for you at home. People, especially with in the fitness world, people make these resolutions. They're gonna eat better and work out. Today on social media is viral. all the posts were of people January 1st, first day at the gym, and then it pans to the gym and it's just everybody in there exercising wrong. It's full,
Right.
But it's heavy vibration, and these 2/3 of our people are just drunk with it.
Con.
Let me just read that paragraph. This one, it says the last one, brother. I forgot. I should have read this because that's the spirit. because it says it here, the age-old custom of breaking one's newly formed resolutions within several months, a fate that befalls the majority of the would-be transformers, according to the statistic, probably originated shortly thereafter. Anyway, just to concur with what you just said there, brother. So yeah, we know that these customs are vain.
Vain.
Completely, it's completely madness. Go ahead.
That's right, man.
Go ahead.
I got this precept here in Matthew 24 and 29. And it says here, the title is The Glorious Return, right? So it says, because we're hoping that Yahweh Ratazah 2024 is the year we get up out of here, man.
That's right.
Right.
Yahweh Ratazah, man. You know? Starting with the apostles and the elders on down, we all share the same sentiment.
That's right.
So Matthew 24 and 29 says, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven. The powers of the heaven shall be shaken, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in the heaven, and then shall all tribes of the earth mourn. Right? This is when Yahweh Shai cracked those clouds with the chariots in the host of heaven. Right?
That's right.
And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds, chariots of heaven, with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the earth to the other. Right? Not the whole world, but the elect.
That's right.
Right? So verse 32, it says, now learn a parable of the fig tree, because the reason why I'm getting into this is because of signs and tokens. Signs and tokens, man. And Apostle Dahar dubbed this year that we're in currently still, 2023, the year, the hopeful year that all the prophecies come to pass. I was meditating on that today, and it's the spirit, man. You know, because the Holy Spirit is definitely dealing with Apostle Dahar. Because look at all the prophecies that we've seen manifest throughout this year. So we've seen prophecies concerning MLTV manifest. We've seen prophecies concerning civil war manifest. We've seen prophecies concerning nuclear war and world war manifest. Right? And Lord willing, 2024 is the year that all these prophecies play out.
That's right.
You know, on a more heavier level than they are right now. So it says, now learn the parable of the fig tree. When his branches is yet tender, and putteth forth leaf, right? Ye know the summer is nigh, right? Because that's the spring, right after the winter.
Going into the harvest. That's a clue for the harvest is coming. But what harvest? Go ahead, brother.
That's right. No, you're right. Going into the harvest. You know, you could probably hold Revelations 14 and 9, going to the harvest. Actually, matter of fact, let me get that real quick. So that is going into the harvest. Revelation 14. I'll just get to the point, verse 9, and it reads, image and wine, children, torment. Okay, yeah, Revelation 14 and 13. Behold the cloud upon him. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start at 14. Revelation 14 and 14. It says, the reapers. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle.
Beautiful.
Right? And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe.
That's right.
See?
Mm-hmm.
And that's allegorical for many things. Wickedness is multiplied,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's more people on the earth, and this all requires a harvest of the reaper, which is Yahweh Shai, to come basically in a symbolic sense, reap of the harvest, which means bring destruction.
That's right.
You know?
That's
Let
right.
me just get the word reap and see what it says for us here. Oh, ripe. Sorry. I'm gonna get ripe. So ripe in the Greek.
Strong's G 3583. Xerino. Xerino.
It says to become dry, to dry up, withered, of ripening, of crops, fluids, members of the body, to waste away, pine away, wither the hand. To shrivel, to mature, dry up, pine away, be ripe, wither away. So, the only thing I can think of is that the fashion of this world will be wasted away.
Mm-hmm.
The fashion of this world will be wasted away. So, going back.
Say once you're done,
Khan. So going back, it says the harvest is ripe, and he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. Another angel came out of the temple which is in the heaven, he also having a sharp sickle, and another angel came out from the altar, and which had power over fire, and cried out with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in that sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe, which means the time of destruction has been fulfilled. Okay, the destruction of Babylon and the salvation of the whole full elect has been fulfilled. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth and gathered the vine of the earth and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai. So that represents a lot of blood. Lots of people are going to die in the day of harvest, spiritual harvest, man.
That's right.
It says, verse 20, and the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even onto the horse's bridle.
Right.
The stomach of a horse. That's how much blood is going to be in the streets.
That's right.
By the space of 1,600 furlongs. Right? Now, going back, I'll just finish this up. Then, Ashar, you can get your precept. Verse 33, Matthew 24 and 33. I'll read 32 again. It says, now learn the parable of the fig tree. When his branches is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know the summer is nigh. So likewise, ye, when ye shall see these signs, know that it is near, even at the doors, man.
That's right.
Man, and that's basically everything we've been seeing in 2023.
Right.
So we're at the doors, man. Yeah, you have to believe that.
That's right.
Okay. It says, verse 24, verily I say unto you, this generation that we're in right now shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall not pass away, but my words shall not, exactly. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away.
That's right.
But of that day and of an hour no man knoweth, no man know not the angels of heaven, but my Father only, which means we can't break down to the exact day and month that the Lord is going to come back.
That's right.
And it's set up that way on purpose. Why? Because the Most High wanted the way to salvation this time around to be done by faith and fear. You have to believe and you have to endure until that day comes. Okay.
Yes. Point.
Yeah.
It says what time he's coming. It says he's gonna get you like a thief of the night when you sleep.
Right.
And just the point what you just mentioned right now, a lot of people are gonna die in that day, especially 2/3 especially the pastors, they've been lying to our people, right? They have a lot in their hands, man, because they don't what time it is. What you just read right now.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. Yeah.
Now, in this is a book of wolves. What's the other word?
Lamentations, Mornings, and Woes.
It's not a fairy tale book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me put this in the book of Romans 13 and 11, because we need to, like you said, time is short in this place. And you need to stop. We're not here to wake you up. We're not here to wake you up. It's the Heavenly Father. We don't have to do that. Right?
Yeah. Well, we can't. We don't have the power. We don't have the power to wake you up, man. We're working on our own salvation. We're just messengers. That's all we are.
That's right.
That's right. Romans 13:11. I'll read in NLT. Read. This is all the more urgent, for you know how late it is. Time is running now. Wake up, for our salvation nearer now than when we first believed. So time is speeding up in this place, as the brother just mentioned it. Things are happening quicker.
Yeah.
Destruction, the full destruction is around the corner, based on the prophecy right here, and that's what you're saying. Encouraging, of course, namely the elect first, but yeah, you people that continue to despise His name, you're going to get it. That's what the Lord says.
It says, verse 12, the night is almost gone. The day of salvation will soon be here. So remove your dark deeds like dirty clothes and put on the shining armor of right living. So if you're doing wickedness, stop doing that, because the Heavenly Father is gonna catch you one way or another. And some people don't have that fear. They don't fear the Heavenly Father.
Yep.
They don't fear them.
That's right. That's right. You're showing in spirit the real armor, the credentials to get in is what you just read there, but they don't want it. They're not, I don't know. They're just not set up to have it. Go ahead, brother. Salakia, go ahead.
Because we belong to the day we must believe decent lies for all to see. Says, don't participate in darkness or wild parties, in drunkenness, or in promiscuity, or immoral living, or in quarreling. What's the word?
Quarreling quarreling.
And jealousy.
Yep.
Like these days right now, people are committing adultery and wickedness, especially tonight.
Hey man, all manners of sexual promiscuity is happening tonight. Drunkenness, parties, all that's happening tonight. Immoral living, all that is immoral living. And guess what? A lot of people are going to get shot because it says quarreling and jealousy. A lot of people are going to get shot tonight at the clubs, man.
That's right. Verse 14. Instead, close yourself to the presence of the Lord Yahweh HaMashiach, and don't let yourself think about ways to indulge your evil desires, because we are in the flesh and we get some evil thoughts, So you just pray to Yahweh to remove those demons out of you, man.
That's right.
Yeah, you have to be exactly. You have to be willing to go through the straight grade. You can't give into those evil desires. This ministry is not about not suffering. All right, and if you come into this ministry with that mentality, you're going to be sifted out by the suffering that you go through. Let me just finish this up here in Matthew 24. It says here, Matthew 24 and 36, but of the day and hour no man knoweth, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So in one verse, Yahushua is telling us that no one knows the day or hour as to when he's coming. But then in another verse, he's given us a clue as to how to know when he is on his way. Right? He knows. So it says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall the Son of Man be. Right? So what were the days of Noah like? It says here, verse 38. For as in the days For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day of Noah entered into the ark.
Mm-hmm.
Until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came. So when you quoted that the day of the Lord is going to be a thief in the night, and that's right, it's going to be a thief in the night. It's going to be a thief in the night to the world, but not to the hopeful elect.
That's right.
Right, just like the day of the Lord in Noah's time wasn't a thief in the night to Noah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it says, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So
Mhm.
shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Mhm.
Then shall two be left in the field, and one shall be taken, and the other left. So that's called division. Okay.
Mhm.
Two women shall be grinding at the mill, and one shall be taken, and the other left. And then it says here, verse 40, watch therefore, for ye know not what hour the Lord doeth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched
Mhm.
and would have not suffered his house to be broken up.
Mhm.
So and that so that's very spiritual, because we're the good man that actually knows what watch the thief is coming. Which the thief represents who? Esau, Edom, the top wicked elites, man. Because who is the Lord using to bring about these calamities and these polycrises upon the earth? It starts with the top wicked elites.
Mhm.
Okay, and there scriptures say that because the devil knoweth that he has a short time, he's going to come down with wrath. Roughly paraphrasing.
God.
Okay, so we have because of this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that's given to us from Yahweh, and via Yahweh Shai, via the Holy Spirit, we have the inside scoop on what this devil is getting ready to do. Okay, he have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore, be ye also ready, which means there's a preparation that needs to be done.
God.
You know, yes, of course. You know, ultimately, the Lord, the Spirit is going to seal the elect no matter what. But you don't know if you're of the elect. You just have faith. You are.
That's right.
Okay, so you can't ignore the fact that there needs to be a preparation done, and that preparation isn't done by carnal means. That preparation is done through the Spirit, in Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's preparing your mind in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay, via this word. Okay, so it says, therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. That even goes for the whole full elect.
Mm-hmm.
Because who was he talking to? He was talking to the disciples when he was saying this. You know? So yeah, that's it on that.
Beautiful. I have a precept. Actually, the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, because you brought it up, and it's just he says he goes into it. He shows us that precept that you brought out in Matthew in regards to the sun shall be darkened. So the whole chapter of the book of Joel goes into the end times, right? And he gives a clear discourse, and of course, most of it came out as well. What Joel prophesied about came out in the book of Revelation that was read. But if you could start from and just read Joel, the 3rd chapter. Start at the 12th verse, because the theme of this lesson goes into, of course, exactly what it says: New Year's and judge destruction goes into judgment. And so we the Lord's people, 2/3 of them to be exact, they're in all these nations as well, but the nations itself are going to be judged, right? So it goes into that, and it gives a clear instruction of how the Lord's going to deliver. So Joel 3, if you could start from the 12th verse and just read down to 21.
To 21?
Yeah, to 21.
Okay, so you want to start at 12?
Yeah, Khan. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Joel 3:12, it reads, "Let the heathen be weakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat,"
Mm-hmm.
which in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shaphat,
Mm-hmm.
for which means the Yahweh judge, right? The valley of judgment.
Mm-hmm.
For there
So,
will, yeah,
Selector, I was just wanting to say, right, you notice how Joel is he's telling you what's going to happen, and then he's going to repeat it again in the same book. Read, brother. Go ahead.
okay. So it says, "For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about."
Armageddon, that's what it's going into.
Yep. Which
Right.
is going to take place. It's going to take place in the Middle East.
Right.
Right. Over there by the river Euphrates. So it says, verse 13, "Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. And come," it says, "come, get you down from the wine, from the press is full, for the press is full."
Right. You read that earlier, correct?
That's right.
Judgment. Go ahead.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, "The fat overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord Yahweh is near in the valley of decision."
Right. So that valley of decision goes into some to everlasting life, some to shame and everlasting contempt. The wicked will do wickedly. None of the wicked will understand, only the wise. So they're making decisions just like they're vain holidays, right? I'm talking about our people who's caught up. 2/3 of our people are caught up into that specifically, not so much the nations within themselves, but, because this has to do with not only the whole spectrum, but namely our people, pointing them out, the 2/3 of them.
And Salaki, I said it was that place of judgment. Yahweh Shaphat is by the river Euphrates. Is actually Salaki. The river Euphrates is dried up so the troops can pass over. But the actual place is actually by Iran and the Persian Gulf. That's where that valley of decision as well is area. That's where that is too. Because that's where the battle and Armageddon will take place. We'll kick off, rather. It'll kick off there.
Beautiful. So in the beautiful
home, it's the Persian Gulf, that area with Iran and Saudi Arabia. So going verse 15 says, "The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining."
All right. So the reason why I'm going to that now, so you list the events up, and then he goes into this prophecy here that was it was lifted from here in spirit and in truth to what you read earlier on, and then here's a point.
Okay. So verse 16 it says, "The Lord Yahweh also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem. And the heavens and the earth shall shake, and the Lord Yahweh will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel."
All right. So while all this stuff is going on, right, of course, the Lord is getting ready to roar out his hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, while they're warring with themselves, fighting themselves, Yahweh Shai is going to crack them clouds, man. And that's going to be the hope and the salvation of Israel, starting with the hopeful elect.
All right.
But 2/3 will be destroyed. 2/3 will be destroyed. 17, verse 17 says, "So shall ye know that I am the Lord Yahweh, your power, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain." That's a key right there for the elect, because mountain goes into government. So the Most High Yahweh dwells in Zion, which is Israel, the holy mountain of Zion, which is the elect, the government, starting with 144,000. It's really the 144,000. And it says, "Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore."
Beautiful. right? So we know the heaven of heavens also. This has a perfect two-way parallel. This verse here to the heavenly Zion. But if you can understand it, like you just broke it down for you folks at home, he has a representation on the earth, right? And that's why when you see the apostles always, vocab Malone, I'll just bring it in. They try to come up and say, we're part of this and this is how it's supposed to go. They cannot enter as well. I'm just talking about it spiritually. No strange foreigners can come up in there,
Sure.
right? For lack of better words, right? But yeah, straight, brother. Go ahead.
So verse 18, it says,
Mhm.
and it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine,
Mhm.
and the hills shall flow with milk, and the rivers and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with water, and a fountain shall come forth out of the house of the Lord Yahweh, and shall water the valley of Shittim. Egypt, so that's a restoration of Israel.
Beautiful. That's
Kingdom.
it. That's it. There you go. Prophets and kings, the restoration, right, from the captivity of Yasha Allah, right there in a nutshell. Okay. Okay. Simply put, yeah. Go ahead.
The kingdom, man.
That's
Says Egypt shall be a desolation,
Mhm.
and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. Right? Which in the spirit, those are the same spots, right? Egypt, spiritual Egypt is America. And
Mhm.
Bozrah, which is a chief city of Edom, is also representative and symbolic for America.
Mhm.
Shall be a wilderness. The violence against the children of Judah, southern kingdom, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem for generation to generation. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed. For the Lord Yahweh dwelleth in Zion.
That's right. That's why I mentioned about twofold, right? So it's going to play out for the elect's sake by Yahweh Bashem Yoshai. No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
It's already played out in heaven. It's already settled in heaven. Now it's going to be played out, and they're going to get to see it. These people at the stroke of midnight, they become zombies, so to speak. Or people become zombies in there, right? Because they want to serve themselves. They don't fear the Lord. Anyway, that's the point on that, brother.
True.
Straightforward. Yeah.
Quick percent going into what the elder just mentioned right now, Malak. This is the book of Second Ezra 1 and instead of 4.
Mhm.
Chapter 1?
Yes, chapter 1 and 4.
Mhm.
And it reads, and the word of the Lord Yahweh came out to me, saying, go that way and show my people the deeds and the children their wickedness which they have done against me, that they may tell the children's. So pretty much we are telling you, because we didn't know any better. We were dry bones. We didn't know who we were before. Now that we were to this truth, we know who we are, right? So we telling you, you need to get in order, right? Because this place, like we were reading, soon is going to be done, right? It says, because the sins of their fathers are increased in them, for they have
Brother, where are you? Second Ezra 3.
the first, Second Ezra 1, chapter 1 and 4.
Oh, 1 and 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slacker, go ahead. That's weird. I didn't. 1 and 4. Okay. It says, and the word came unto me saying, oh yeah, go on. Go ahead.
Verse 6, because the sins of their fathers are increased in them, for they have forgotten me and have offered unto strange gods. And our people are heavy into that stuff, especially right now, the month of December.
Yeah,
right?
this is what that's it. Yep. The month of December is a heavy month in terms of giving strange idols to gods, because you basically have two pagan holy days pagan holy days. You basically have two pagan days, pagan holidays in that month, because you have the Christmas and then you have what we're in today. And a lot of people, especially our people, are giving are offering to strange gods tonight.
That's right.
You know, starting with the top wicked elites. You know, they're getting into some heavy sacrifices tonight.
That's right. 7. I'm not even he that brought them out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage, but they have provoked me unto wrath and despise my counsels.
Mhm.
Says pull thou off then the hair of thy head, and cast all evil upon them, for they have not been obedient unto my law, but a rebellious people.
Yeah, man. That's exactly what the prophet is set up to do. Is to let you know that if you don't get right, the Most High is going to destroy you, and that's an evil, right? We're set up to tell you that evil is coming, and evil means a bad time. A bad time is coming because of all your wickedness. You know, and that's why it said earlier, when you look at the verse 7, they have provoked me unto wrath and despised my counsel. Who has the counsel of the Lord? The prophets.
Mhm.
So they despise the prophets, and the words of the prophets are speaking, which are the words of the Heavenly Father and His Son.
That's right.
Okay? So that's why the prophets, as we are today, our records are of the elect, we're calling forth evils. Okay, evil in 2024 because of all the wickedness that's done in the world, man. Our records are this is the year we get up out of here, man.
That's right.
That's right.
Verse 9. How long should I forbear them, unto who done so much good?
Yeah.
Right.
That was the
Yeah. And he's not gonna forbear. He's not gonna forbear for too long, man.
That's right.
He's not gonna forbear for too long.
That's right.
I'm gonna pull this out here, 2 Ezra chapter 9 in the Good News translation. I'm gonna start from verse 1, read down to 12. Right. So concerning the signs and tokens, because it's all about the signs, it's all about the prophecies, man.
Sure.
That's how we know where we are, what's going on, and where we're going. You know. So 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1, it says, He answered, Consider all these things very carefully. When you see that some of the signs I have told you about have appeared, which isn't that what we've seen all in 2023?
That's right.
Okay? You will know that the time has come when Yahweh Most High will bring judgment on the world He created. You see? There will be earthquakes, national rebellions, international intrigues, unstable leaders, and confused rulers when you see these things happening. Isn't that all we saw? We saw all of this in 2023. Earthquakes, natural rebellions, international intrigues, unstable leaders, and confused rulers all throughout 2023. You will know that they are what the Most High Yahweh have spoken about since the beginning of creation. The beginning and the end of everything that happens in this world are clear. And if you don't see it, that's because you're polluted, right? Because the scriptures say that to those the things that are pure are pure. To those that are pure, all things are pure. But to those that are defiled, all things are defiled. Or unpure, roughly paraphrasing. So really the only people that would have a clear sight as to what's really going on and what the events that play out on earth truly mean would be the hopeful elect.
That's right.
Okay, so it says the same in this time, the same is true in the world above. Wonders and miracles show the beginning of events, and mighty signs show when they end. Some people will escape destruction and be saved by their good works or by their faith. All of them will or their faith. All of them will survive the dangers I have described and will enjoy the salvation provided in the land that I have set apart for eternity as my own. And that's the hopeful elect.
Mhm.
So we're going to be tried as well, man. We're going to be tried. But, you know, if we maintain our faith, like just like the scriptures say, if we endure, okay, the time of testing ultimately, because that's what it comes down to. All these calamities and these polycrises come down to the time of testing,
Mhm.
right? And that's the final hurdle that the elect have to jump. That's it. The final thing to get through. And once we endure that, hey, the MOTB comes. Yahweh Shai is literally right around the corner, man. Right around the corner. Verse 9, it says, "Then those who have ignored my ways and held them in contempt will be surprised when they find themselves in continual torment." This will include all those who ignored me when they were alive, even though they accepted the blessings I gave them. It will include all those who scorned my law during the time they were free to do so, and all those who it says, and all those who refused to repent when they still had a chance, grace period.
Mhm.
All you Israelites that disregard and you don't take the grace period of the Most High seriously, you're going to be destroyed, and you're going to find no help in Jacob's trouble.
All those Jakes with the Jeebus demon,
Con.
right?
Yeah, the Lord's going to make all of them bow out.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
go ahead, fill out it, brother.
There's a video in the chat, and without going into details, young ladies crying in the name of Jeebus, in the name of Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a heavy curse right there. That name.
Yeah, man.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
for real. Pure madness, man.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh my goodness. So it says, this will include those who have ignored me while they were alive, even though they accept. Oh no, skipping down, it says verse 12. The torment they will have to suffer after death will force them to recognize the truth. Therefore, Ezra, you should stop asking questions about how the wicked will be punished. Instead, be concerned about how, when the righteous will be saved, the world was created for them and belongs to them. That's it.
Have a scripture?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Shema.
Hebrews
And then
13
you get
and
yours
14.
after.
Right, and this is the mindset of the elect. 2/3 of people out here are mirthing it up, getting drunk, all kind of demons on them.
That's right.
And the elect men of the Lord are abstaining from all appearances of evil,
Right.
and trying to remain as spiritual as possible. Hebrews 13 and 14. For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. Right, so we're not invested in this mirth and this BS and this looking forward and reflecting and reflecting on the past. Right, we see
wickedness.
Past wickedness, this Roman system.
Oh,
We seek the kingdom. Okay, can you get that word for city, Baba Kasha?
Con. So
And this is what we seek.
So the word there for city in the Greek,
Strong's G 4172, Polis. Polis.
Ooh, some good definitions here. So it says a city, one city, the city which one lives. It says the heavenly Jerusalem, the abode of the blessed in heaven. Ooh, the abode of the blessed in heaven. Of the visible capital in the heavenly kingdom come down to the earth after the renovation of the world by fire.
That's it right there, right? And this is what we seek, man, right? And we know that we know that Jerusalem's a people before it's a place,
Yeah.
right? And how's the renovation of the world going to take place by fire, man? Yahweh Shai, the laser beams, the missiles.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah,
This is
that's
what
a
we're looking.
renovation, man.
We're looking for in Hastings, man.
Con.
Right? Watching a ball drop and popping champagne. Come on, man.
Con, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it on that.
Con. That was my last precept. I don't know if brothers have any last statements or precepts they want to bring out.
Got 1% about
Yeah.
Isaiah 6, Isaiah 6 and 8.
Con.
It reads. I want to read it in NLT. It reads. Then I heard the Lord Yahweh asking, "Who should I send as messenger to these people? Who will go for us?" I say, "Here I am, send me." Verse 9. And he say, "Yes, go and say to these people, listen carefully, but do not understand. Watch closely, but learning nothing." So here, we'll start with the apostles, because there is a video going out every minute, every day. There's videos.
Yeah.
This video to edify, collect, and to whoever's going to listen will get the message.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Verse 10. Harden.
Just the elect.
That's right. It says, harden the hearts of these people, blind their ears and shut their eyes. The way they will not see with their eyes, nor hear with their ears, nor understand with their hearts, and turn to me for healing. We go out week in and week out, prophesy this word, and we see Israelites passing by. They don't want to understand, they just look at us like a bunch of homeless people, asking money, right? But they don't know we are the same people back in the ancient world prophesying this word.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, we very well. Okay, the scriptures talk about the creation waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God. They don't even know that we actually might very well be the sons of the living power of Yahweh, the one true only power in the heavens, man.
It's verse 11. Then I say, Lord Yahweh, how long will this go on? And he will cry until their towns are empty, their houses are deserted, and the whole country is wasteland.
That's right. Complete renovation.
That's right.
So we're telling you, this place is gonna be destroyed by nuclear missiles, ICBM. The Heavenly Father is gonna come with the terrorists and destroy this place. But you're just over there enjoying, the night.
Yeah, man.
You're wicked looking forward and wicked looking backwards.
That's right.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, this thing is heavy because the ultimate truth is that all the partying and the revelry you're giving into, you're set up to be that way. Like the Lord, the scripture that the brother is reading right now is basically when you look at it in another way spiritually, this is your lot.
Yeah,
it's your lot to be given into revelry and to enjoy New Year's and New Year's Eve, Christmas. That's your lot to enjoy it, and it's also your lot to accept or to go through the judgment that comes from doing those things, the consequences. That's also your lot.
God. We're not saying that we don't go out and party this up, but you should know what time it is, because right now it's people are messed up in the hair out there.
Well, hey man, I don't go out. I ain't partying. I don't go out.
Yeah,
man. We're in some serious times, man. There's nothing for us out there.
That's right.
Spirits created for vengeance, man. They're hopping on everybody.
That's right.
Man. Exactly.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's it on that act?
Sit on that. The what?
All right. Any last statements or precepts before we close up?
Just one from the book of Job, because you brought up about their condition. Real quick, Job 12 and 16. That's it. Read 15 together and that's it, brother. That's all I got. Job 12, 15 and 16, brother. Select it.
So Job chapter 12, verse 15, and it reads, Behold, he withholdeth the waters and they are dried up. Also he sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. And spiritually, that's the truth.
Mhm.
You know, because at one point, you know, this was dried up from us, you know, and we have it, but now it's overturning the earth, over flooding the earth, man.
Mhm.
But yeah, this is twofold, because the waters, the waters, the Lord Most High literally has control of them to do this. But in a spiritual sense, you know, this was likened to the truth.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Go ahead.
Yeah. Verse 16, it says, with him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his.
Mhm.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, for you folks at home, it says in the NIV, that last verse, to him belongeth strength and insight. Both deceived and deceiver are his.
Mhm.
So yeah, you're stuck in your lot,
That's
you know,
right.
and by faith we're holding on. The just shall live by faith, man. Excuse me, his faith. The just shall live by his faith. And his faith is Yahweh Shimei Shai's faith. Yahweh Shai's faith, actually. So we're holding on, right? But the Lord is in control. All right, that's all I got, brother. Just wanted to mention that.
Come, beautiful. So we're going to close this lesson by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and have taught us this word in truth and sincerity. Peace and mercy to the hopeful elect that's also pushing this word, starting with 144,000 across the four corners of the earth, and the rest of the hopeful elect that believe. Peace and mercy to you. All right, we're going to say a Bob Ball and Kwame Shalala to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.